welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa. If you're new here, we'd love to have you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Basically, this is just gonna be a few days in my life. Hopefully we can do the whole week. I'm not really sure how it's gonna go, but I just kind of wanted to document this week because it's a little bit special. I am in physical therapy school, and today I started my very last rotation ever of PT school. So I'm a year 3. And so I have a 12-week clinical that I just began today. So this is basically like kiddo's first day of school kind of thing. I just kind of wanted to share about it, kind of share about my feelings that I had, because as a 3rd-year student, and even though I've been on 2 other clinical rotations, I had a lot of anxiety starting, and that was because this is a completely new setting to me. I'm in the inpatient setting. I have never been in a hospital, and so it was just all brand new. So there was obviously a lot of nerves with that, but I just wanted to document because I feel like I am not the only one out there who could be nervous about these kinds of things. So this kind of goes out to anybody who's starting a clinical, whether it's, PT, OT, nursing, med school, anything like that. Just know that everybody there is nervous. I was the only PT student there, so I can't share too many details just because, protecting my privacy, my school's privacy, the hospital's privacy, and everything like that. So last night was not the best in terms of anxiety. I just didn't like the change. I didn't like that it was a new setting. I really fell in love with outpatient as I was going through my outpatient rotations. Also, to kind of say with that, as you're going through PT school, I kind of went in with a mindset of, this is where I want to be. I want to be, I want to be with this specific age group, this specific kind of patient demographic, stuff like that. But I think the best thing that I did for myself was to go into each and every clinical and to each and every course in school as well with a very open mind and just willing to try my best in everything. Because I feel like as I've kind of gone through these 3 clinicals, it has kind of solidified that some certain areas in where I want to go practice, and this is all sounding very vague, I'm sorry, but I have to share without giving too much details. It's solidified some aspects of what I want to practice, but it definitely has opened my mind to I could see myself working here. I could see myself doing this kind of work, and these are my favorite types of treatment sessions that I've done. So yeah, just tip number 1, I guess, if we're doing tips here, is to go in with an open mind. And if you get placed, I know sometimes we don't get to pick our placements, right? If you get placed in a place where you're not super enthusiastic about it, or maybe you've completely sworn off, doing this kind of work, I would still go in there and just, if you have to, fake it till you make it. Just try not to have any sort of complaints, really focus on your mindset, keep a very open mind, because you're there to take it all in. I feel like some people want to chase the opportunities that they think they know is best for themselves, but you're just there to be a sponge, really. I know it can also be viewed as like working for free, but really it's been valuable. I mean, I've met a lot of people who have changed me and shaped me, not only in PT, but also in life. Patients and CIs, and coworkers, they can all be very life-altering experiences, right? They can have a lot of wisdom. They can lead by example. They can show you what you do and what you don't want and stuff like that. And so I think that even if you find yourself not thrilled about the work that you're specifically doing or watching or observing, definitely just go in there ready to absorb everything from personalities to life lessons and stuff like that, because you will truly learn a lot. Tip number 2 is, after you kind of have gone in with an open mind, just be ready to learn. I think the best thing that happened for me was having clinical instructors who were respectful of your nerves and stuff like that, but also who weren't afraid to be to call you out if you're just observing and standing in the back, and be hey, would you like to come and try this? Would you try to lead a session and stuff like that? And the best thing that I did for myself was always say yes. So you're there to kind of give your 110%, right? So I would say, just if you think that you're not qualified to do something, tell them. I have definitely, I have definitely used the wording. I'm very rusty in this subject. I might not remember all of it. Please correct me if I'm wrong and stuff like that. But just be open to feedback and ask them for your feedback, like for their feedback. I also, one of the first few things that I'll kind of let her know was this is a completely new setting to me, right? So go in there, kind of, don't be afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to jump all in, right? So jump in, but also kind of help set your CI's expectations by just being vulnerable and open. So there are definitely respectful ways to kind of say that, but you are the person that knows your abilities the best. It may not feel like it. I'm not 100% confident in anything that I'm doing. Well, not anything. I'm very confident in a few things, right? Because I've done 3 of these now, but no one going on a rotation is going to be completely confident with every little thing that they're doing, right? And so long as you're willing to be open and let your CI know, or your clinical instructor, preceptor, whatever it is, kind of know your confidence levels and stuff like that. I think also all 3 of my CIs have been really good about, like, day 1 conversation that we have is kind of, when we get to these certain things, whether it be an initial evaluation or a treatment session, like what is your learning style? You know, are you hands-on, observation, stuff like that? You kind of have to be a little bit of all. There are times where you'll observe, and there are times where you truly learn best through experience, right? My other tip of advice is, while you're observing, kind of take in the ways that your CI does things. You know, whether if they do it a certain way, try to mimic the way that they would do it, and then ask for their feedback. And then just another little tip is that in all 3 of my clinicals, and I know this is not this is kind of irrational, right? In all 3 clinicals the night before, I always am like, what if they just throw me in? Especially the first clinical. I had no idea what to expect from a day 1 in a clinic. I only had prior experience with practicals. So going into, you know, your clinicals, you might be feeling like, oh, this is just gonna be one giant practical, like the whole day. Like, how am I gonna get through that? Like, that can seem very scary. No, it's not like that at all. Day 1 is, all 3 of my day 1s have been observation. In my first clinical, my CI was on vacation for my day 1. So I had a stand-in PRN therapist as my first CI for my first day 1. And even that was fine. Like, they're not gonna just throw you to the wolves. They're gonna feel you out, see what you're comfortable doing. This is why the whole tip of not being afraid to jump in, because that kind of sets the tone for your clinical experience, right? You have to meet, for those who aren't yet into that process, you have to meet like certain criteria for skills, basically for every task that you have to do in PT. Yeah, definitely just jump in, show them what you can do, show them what you need to work on, because that's how you're gonna get the most out of your learning. That's also how you're gonna get the most points on your rubric, right? Because they're gonna immediately see those areas that you're confident in, and then all you're gonna do is grow in confidence throughout the clinical, right? That piece of advice is pretty good as well. My goal in saying all of these things is to reduce any nerves that anybody might be feeling if you're in that situation, or for those who aren't even in a medical field, if you're just kind of curious how these things work. I also will never give medical advice on this channel. Everything will be personal experience, and yeah, personal experience and confidentiality are my top 2 criterion for the channel. So day 1 went pretty well. Very tired. We actually got assigned one of the more complex floors for the first day. And so it was not as bad as I thought it would be, which is always nice. So yeah, that's been my day 1. And now I am waiting on Ben to get home, because another plus side of this rotation is my hours are a little bit earlier. So I'm super excited about that. But once Ben gets home, we're gonna go to the gym, kind of decompress and just get some more movement in, and then we'll cook dinner. So I'll take you along on as much as I can. And this week, you know, we'll see how much we can kind of get to. But yeah, day 1 was good. Tuesday. It is 4:04 p.m. and I just got home from work, my clinical, and yeah, today went well. It's always a little bit better on the second day. Nothing too bad today. Just kind of did patient care in the morning and then did some kind of onboard training in the afternoon. But yeah, day 2, I would say a little bit better than day 1. But yeah, so this afternoon or this evening, I'm going to get inside and gonna do a quick workout, and then I gotta cook dinner. But yeah, we are fully submerged in the work routine now. Break is officially over, and so just kind of getting back at it, making sure I'm going to bed as early as I can. I probably look tired. I think I got ready for bed at like 7:30 last night, but that is because I have to get up so early, and I still want to be well rested, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll probably just continue to do the same thing. I work Monday through Friday. That's pretty typical. I think my school requires, it's like a common requirement that you do 40 hours in a week. And so typically that's like the minimum as well. So it's very common that you go over in hours and stuff. So I'll probably be at anywhere from like 45 to 50 hours per week. But that's pretty typical. I think all of my clinical rotations have been that way. So yeah, just gonna go wrap this up here, go work out, and we'll change into workout clothes, work out, then I'll probably take a shower, cook dinner, and yeah, day 2. 3 more to go until the weekend. Doing a little pre-run snack. Probably only eat half of this. But then yeah, taking the dog, and we're gonna get some fresh air. You want some? Did you like our run? He's a happy boy. Hello and happy Wednesday. It is 4:18 and I got home probably at 4. And when I woke up this morning, I was kind of like, yeah, today is gonna be a rest day. Physically, I am super sleepy and just drained, just kind of trying to adjust to the new schedule. So I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more kind to myself about this week. But with that being said, I did want to kind of chat, since we are in January. I didn't want to do like a whole goals like video, but I did want to chat kind of about where I am at as far as goals. Last year, 2024, I set all of these goals for myself, right? Some of them were realistic and attainable, kind of lined up with events that I already thought was happening, kind of like with grades, because I knew I was going to be in school, you know, moving to Florida for 3 months and stuff like that. And then some that we completely surpassed, like we wanted to save more money so that whenever we got to Florida, we would have money kind of set aside for Disney trips or whatever it was. Ended up surpassing that goal, getting the annual passes and stuff like that, which I'm so thankful that we did. I feel like I went into 2024 too strong with goals and just kind of ended up forgetting about a lot of them. This year, I chose the whole method where you just kind of pick a word, right? You pick a word and you focus on that word. And so my word is consistency. I feel like last year, if I had to pick a word, it would be about balance. Going through PT school, making sure that, you know, you work hard so that you can then play hard. You kind of plan out your day. Don't bring too much home. I mean, in school, that's really hard, right? You're gonna bring a lot home. But just kind of making sure that I didn't give 100% of myself to one area of my life. I wanted a well-rounded kind of year. So then I was kind of thinking about that, and basically over that 2024, balance, the word balance became a habit. It was like this one little thing that I kind of focused on unknowingly, right? I labeled it much later in the year. I didn't have this goal going into 2024. As soon as I kind of realized it, I created a habit of it. So now I don't go through my day being like, I have to finish every little task at work or school. I don't go into a day and be like, I'm dedicating this full day to my personal life, right? Because it goes both ways. And I feel like that just kind of helped to reduce a lot of anxiety, because you're not just always stressed out about, I'm not doing my best in every aspect. You're just giving a little here and a little there, and you're making plans, and you're just making sure that you are a well-rounded individual. And so coming into 2025, I wanted to kind of do the same. I wanted to do the same thing. Wanted to pick a word. And my word was just consistency. I feel like even when you are focusing on balance and a well-rounded life, you kind of have those ebbs and flows where I feel like I was having a whole entire week and a half where I was super productive and was, focusing and really prioritizing being balanced and working out and, doing well in school, doing well at clinicals and stuff like that. And then I would get to the next week and quite literally be completely burned out because I had tried still in the back of my mind to give my entire 100% to a task and still had that task with an end goal in mind. I don't know if that made sense. But my reasoning for consistency for 2025 is, I don't want to go super hard for 1 week and then fall off the next week. You don't get lasting lifestyle changes, lasting good habits from that. You have to take it very slowly, or at least I do, have to take it very slowly, and I just have to practice getting in a little bit of time per day rather than giving it all every single day, if that makes sense. Please tell me that makes sense. Anyways, so 2025, consistency. And that's just kind of what I've been focusing on and thinking a lot about today. This morning, I woke up and I was like, I just need a break. I need to make sure that I'm getting good sleep, that I'm recharging my body, and that I can finish the week strong. I kind of woke up knowing that I was going to be taking a kind of off day. With that being said, I am fully planning on just vegging tonight, hanging out. But tomorrow, getting right back at it, because I think that this is, required, and this is okay, especially whenever starting a new routine, right? You got to start slow. I'm trying to play the long game, for 2025 instead of playing the perfection game. If that makes sense. Typically what I've been doing the past few days is I'll get home, immediately change, and then go work out. Or on Monday, I got home, and then I waited on Ben because he wanted to work out as well. And then, I literally was sitting in my gym clothes, gym attire, ready to just go to the gym, eat dinner, go to bed, stuff like that, and get ready for the next day. Today, I am completely chilling out. Dinner's already made. We made the lasagna soup last night, and that was good. So we will be having that, and hopefully, if I am feeling up for it. I'm not completely saying, no, I'm not gonna do a workout today, but, I'm not putting added pressure on myself, right? I'm not gonna feel like a failure if I don't, but if I'm feeling up for it later, I'll probably just put on something quick just to kind of keep it up. That's my goal spiel. Today went well. I got a lot of valuable feedback. I got some reassurance, basically today, that I'm on track for goals and stuff like that. I'm already starting out on probably the hardest unit to be starting in. She was like, you'll probably be meeting your goals by week 3 out of 12. And of course, I still try my hardest. I just don't have to have anxiety about it. That's the kicker. I feel like day 3 is about the day where it's okay, I'm starting to get a little bit comfortable, and then by week 3, you're like, I've got this. With that being said, I am very much looking forward to a weekend to just relax and kind of fill myself back up so that I can go another week. For now, just going to kind of sit here, catch up on some YouTube, and we'll see how the rest of the night goes, but don't expect too much from this Wednesday night. Okay, so it is Thursday night at 6 p.m. I got home at 4 and Ben works from home. And so we went to go pick up Cooper's dog food, and we were driving through town and we saw that we had a Swig open. And so we got Swig on the way home. And yeah, that's basically what we've been up to today, other than me being in the clinic for the full day. And so we both got the BBJ, or the Big Booty Judy. And it is Coke with lime and vanilla. But it's really good. Not much going on tonight. Just kind of chilling because I have one more day in the week and my CI is actually off on Fridays. And so tomorrow, I will be shadowing an OT, or an occupational therapist. I'll be doing that for about half the day because Finn and I both have doctor's appointments in the afternoon. So we'll be doing that. And yeah, I have to be there even earlier tomorrow because usually I get there around 6:45. But the OT that I'm shadowing or following, her hours are 5:30 to 2:30. So yeah, we're already kind of in for the night and not doing much else. But yeah, been a good week so far. Alrighty, I look dead. It is 10:45. It is Friday, and I just turned the wrong way in the parking lot, so I have to go all the way around. Okay, so it is Friday, 10:45. My CI wasn't in today, and so I had to just shadow, kind of get some more hours in, and just to come 5 days a week kind of thing. So I ended up shadowing an OT, occupational therapist, which was so fun. Yeah, so I just kind of helped her with patient management. Ben and I both have doctor's appointments today, and so we will be going to that. And so I got off a little bit early, but it's crazy to me how, you know, I can still get 5 hours of a shift in, and literally end at 10:45. Have been dragging since Wednesday, just getting used to the new schedule and everything like that. By now I'm probably talking delusionally and rambling, but we're doing good. First week went well. They said that I'm doing really, really great for my first time in a brand new setting, and so just gonna continue learning and helping people out, but it's been very good. I definitely think I picked the right strategy here, picking the harder unit to start with, because I've seen a lot of stuff, and I'm starting to feel comfortable with the setting. And heading home, I want to get a workout in. I might have time to do that before my doctor's appointment, but who knows. Today I need to mail out some pins. I'm doing a trade, mailing some pins out, and then they are going to send me some pins. And so if you're not here from, you know, the Disney stuff, or if you're just here for like the physical therapy vlog type of thing, my husband and I love to go to Disney. We were annual passes for this year, and we lived in Florida for 3 months for my last clinical, and so we lived about 2 hours away from Disney World on the west coast of Florida, and pretty much every weekend and immediately got addicted to pin trading and stuff like that. And so now we're just, I guess, trading pins while we're long distance Disney people. But yeah, at some point I do want to do a pin board tour, and I really need to stop recording because I am in my Delulu era. What are you doing? Okay, so we're out running errands and doing lunch. We just finished lunch. Now we're gonna go drop off a pin trade in the mail. But we were looking for a thank you card, and we found this one at CVS. It's so cute. It's got like all of the Disney princess dresses and stuff on it, and it's like 3D-ish. And so it's just adorable. And we thought it was perfect for a Disney pin trade. And so we're about to go drop that off, and then we both have doctor's appointments. Alrighty, and just like that, it is Tuesday, January 21st, and the week is well past us at this point. So last Friday we ended up doing a big dinner. Well, not a big dinner, it was just Ben and I, but we ended up doing like our big sit down date night where we kind of look ahead and plan for the rest of the year, and just talk about what's coming up and, you know, our goals for this year. And so it was a really fun time to kind of get together and get a nice clean slate for the new year. Yeah, I meant to close the vlog out last week at some point, whether it be the weekend or that Friday. But I think the exhaustion just kind of caught up to me, and then I thought about doing it yesterday, but yesterday ended up being a really, really difficult day. I would say it was one of the harder days that I've had. It ended up being, I'm petting Cooper, it ended up being one of the more difficult days of, I would say, all my time in clinicals. Not really like the most difficult day in all of my PT career, because it's very different. Clinicals are very different from being in the classroom, and there's definitely like challenges that are way more difficult than this in the classroom, in the schooling portion of it. But it just ended up being a hard day, kind of emotionally taxing and stuff like that, especially as a person who's brand new to the inpatient world, to the hospital world. I'm not gonna stop talking because he's just gonna keep throwing a fit, but sorry if you can hear Cooper in the background throwing a fit. I will probably just go ahead and close the vlog out here, and I hope you liked it. If you wanna stick around, like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully we can make more kind of lifestyle vlogs like this, because I definitely wanted to play around. I thought it would be kind of good to just document the first week going through a clinical rotation, now that I have 2 kind of first weeks under my belt, but also kind of for me document the first time in this setting, just to kind of look back on the end and see if my anxieties kind of resolved itself, got worse, who knows what'll happen. Hopefully I end up really, really liking this setting, because I don't want to ever have a setting that I don't like. Who knows? We're just getting started. I'm trying to think. We have about 11 more weeks to go. 13, 14 weeks until graduation. So super pumped about that. We're almost to the end, and it has been quite the journey, but just thought it would be now is a good time as ever to start documenting. So if you're in PT school, thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you will definitely learn a lot. You will definitely have a lot of things to talk about, because it is just quite literally just a journey. And I'll leave it at that. Gonna go water my plants and figure out where they go. Gonna exercise. And yeah, we have a good couple videos coming up. I wanna sit down at some point and do a pin, like Disney pin board video. We've got the last vlog from our Thanksgiving trip coming up. So that's gonna be the end of this first ever weekly vlog. I would love it if you would subscribe down below and like this video, and then comment a running shoe and a strong arm emoji if you made it all the way to the end. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe and comment, and I will see you in the next one.